Welcome back, beautiful creatures. I'm so happy to have you hanging out here with me today. If you're new here, I'm Cordelia, and on my channel, Phyrra, I love to talk about bright and colorful alternative makeup, gothic fashion, mental health, and more. So today's video is on the top 10 YouTuber equipment for new YouTubers. If you're looking to start a channel, this is the list of items that you'll need to get started. Number one on my list is a smartphone or a DSLR camera. I tell all of my friends and new clients who are interested in going into YouTube that they really can just do it with a smartphone if they want to start and before they make a huge investment, especially if they don't know if they're going to want to keep at it. You can easily film on the new iPhones. I sometimes film stuff on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, like a lot of the nail videos that I do because I can put the camera like this. But the majority of the filming that I do is on my Canon 80D camera. So I would say pick a DSLR if you already know that this is something you're going to want to be invested in and doing for a long time. And if you're not really sure, use your smartphone if you already have a smartphone, because that'll save you some money. Now, I will say that if you're going to use a smartphone, you need to invest in something like a pop socket stand so that you have a way to set your camera up and get it to be even and level and not move on you, because otherwise you're going to be really frustrated. For a DSLR, you may need to pick up a SanDisk, little like mini micro SD thing that can go into the camera to record your videos, and then you take that and you put that into your laptop so that you can then edit your videos. I also find it extremely helpful to have a wireless remote. So I use just a little cheap wireless remote from Amazon for my DSLR camera for whenever I'm doing portrait shots. So I can just press the little button and have it take a picture of me. If you are using your smartphone, you can just use the timer feature on it, because if all smartphones I think have like a 3 second and 10 second timer that you can use whenever you're trying to take photos. Number two, for your budget microphone solution, I have tried so many different ways to do my sound over the past 15 years, and I've hated just about every single one until very recently. Very recently, I bought the Blue Yeti Nano, and this thing works like a dream. I can hook the Blue Yeti Nano with a lightning adapter up to my iPhone or my iPad and use that to record my sound, so it's a higher quality of sound than, say, just coming from my built-in microphone on my DSLR camera. You may be wondering, well, how do you even record sound on your iPhone or on your iPad? And you can use Dropbox, because Dropbox now has a built-in audio feature for you to do recordings, or you can use Rode Reporter, which is a little app that you can download. Either of those are great options, and this is very easy to use. It's goof-proof. Basically what you'll do is you'll turn on your camera, you'll turn on the audio, you'll clap so that you can make sure that you can match it up whenever you're in editing, and that's all you have to do. It's so nice, it's so easy, and I wish I had known about it sooner, so I absolutely love it. Being able to put it onto my iPad makes it just so much easier for me to make sure it's actually recording, because a lot of the other options that I've tried that were wireless, half the time it would work and then half the time it would just not work, and then I would lose my entire sound for the video, so all of the work that I had done would be wasted, which I really hate. Number three, illuminate your videos. Invest in a ring light, whether you get a little small one that just goes on your desk, or if you get a Stellar ring light, which is what I use. I love the Stellar ring lights. I'm on like my second or third, because I really love them, and I like whenever they upgrade them and give them new features. However, for this video, because it's more budget focused, I did pick the #1 rated ring light on Amazon, and I put a link to that in the description box down below. You can also start with that. The ring light just gives you better, like, even illumination, and it just makes you like look better on camera, so that's why I recommend that. I have a custom wall mount for my ring light because my office is the smallest room in the house. I don't know how much you can see back here, but I'm like, I think less than, yeah, I'm like basically 6 inches away from the bed in my office, so I don't have a lot of space. So I had my friend build a custom wall mount for my ring light so that it is giving me the most space possible. Number four, upgrade your lighting. Invest in some compact side lights so they can do backfill behind you. It just gives your video color and quality, like it just improves it overall. The lights that I use are going to be linked in the description box down below. These are also the lights that I've recommended to my friends and clients and people who wanted to get into video editing, and they love them. They love the fact that you can adjust the temperature on them to make them very warm or very cool or keep them neutral, much like with the ring light. So it's all going to be a matter of your personal preference, but they really do elevate your video to have that backlighting. Number five, video editing software. If you're going to make videos, you're going to have to edit them. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. I don't make the rules. So you can start with some free editing software such as Adobe Premiere Pro or Affinity. I've heard lots of people rave about Affinity. I've never used either of those. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro, but I started on Windows Movie Maker and then moved up to Cyberlink PowerDirector 10 before I went to something else, and then finally just said, I'm just going to go and use Premiere Pro, and haven't looked back since. I really am happy that I took the time to learn Premiere Pro because I think it's a very powerful tool, but it's also expensive. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, definitely try out one of the free options. Like I said, I've heard so many people rave about Affinity. I also recommend using some sort of like picture editing software to create your thumbnails. I use Photoshop and I use PicMonkey. PicMonkey is actually probably my favorite these days for most everything. Like there's a couple things I still like Photoshop better for. Like in Photoshop, it's much easier to like adjust your levels or to like fix like saturation issues if you're having any issues. But PicMonkey is great. It's really easy to use it to create beautiful thumbnails that are eye-catching. It's easy to add text. It's easy to add texture. Really, really awesome product. Number 6, optimize your presence. I highly recommend using TubeBuddy for your SEO, your analytics, your keywords, all of that. Using TubeBuddy has really sped up the research process for me with that stuff. I found out about TubeBuddy when I took a very expensive course on YouTube to try to improve my skills. So I'm sharing this knowledge with you. Number 7, enhance your filming. I just recently purchased Pivo, which is this really awesome little tool that you can hook up to your smartphone and it can auto track your movement. The reason I purchased it is that it was recommended to me by several friends who love to use it for fashion videos and action videos. It's great because it'll just basically follow you and turn the camera towards you so you always stay in frame. And that's one of the problems that I really struggle with being a solo person filming, because I'm a one-woman show. You know, I don't have a team. It's just me. I do all the things. So I'm really excited to give that a try soon because I'd like to do another fashion video soon. It's been far too long. Number 8, you need to choose your editing device. You can edit from a smartphone or you can edit from a computer. And depending on what you choose, it's going to impact what your cost is. If you're looking for top-notch performance, things that are not going to take forever to render, I highly recommend doing like a boutique laptop. I personally love the brand Origin, and so I have a gaming laptop which excels at doing video editing, production, and photography work. It's great. I almost always use small boutique laptops. I used Razer in the past, but I won't use Razer again because my Razer laptop died like, I don't know if it was like 3 or 5 days out of warranty, and they basically told me to go kick rocks, and I didn't think that was great customer service. After that, I went to Falcon Northwest. Falcon Northwest was great anytime I had issues, because I think I had issues twice. I was able to send my machine to them and get it back pretty fast, so I highly recommend them. But the reason Origin is my top pick is number 1, because I'm here in Florida and Origin is in Miami, Florida, so they give me the fastest turnaround. Number 2, they have had phenomenal customer service. Anytime I have had an issue, they respond super fast, and if you have to ship it to them and then get it back, it's like you get it overnight. Like, they are very fast. Their machines are wonderful to work with. Pretty much every computer in our house, except for I think 2 now, are all Origin machines, because Dave has built like a gaming machine for the living room, and we have one in the bedroom, and then he has, you know, his work machines. So there's like a lot of Origin love in this house. Number 9, make your videos accessible. I use rev.com to do closed captioning in English for my videos. The reason I do this is that about 20% of my audience likes to watch my videos using closed captioning. And that kind of correlates with the about 20% of Americans who are deaf or hard of hearing or have hearing issues, and they use closed captioning on TV. I myself always use closed captioning whenever I watch TV or movies, or even when I'm watching YouTube, because I sometimes have a little bit of like auditory processing issues. So having the subtitles on, having the closed captioning on makes it so much easier for me to pick up the dialogue. And that's another thing I struggle with. Whenever you have these really loud action movies, it makes me so angry that the vocal tracks are so low that you can't hear it. So I have to have the closed captioning on for me to be able to catch everything that's going on in the movie, or I feel like I miss key things. There are other reasons why people will actually watch a video with closed captioning. Sometimes it's for them to help them learn a new language, and other times it's just because they like to watch videos with the sound off, because maybe they're in a noisy environment, or maybe they have like a new baby that's trying to sleep and they don't want the baby to wake up. So watching with the sound off makes their videos, you know, being able to watch with the sound off makes things much more accessible for more people. So that's why I do it. I think it's a great thing to do. Number 10, and the final thing on my list, is to level up your presentation. Use a teleprompter to help you create more polished videos. I have a teleprompter, and I'm going to put a link to a teleprompter down below, but I can't currently use it because my office is so small. I just do not have enough space behind my ring light and my camera to even set up the teleprompter. The teleprompter I have, I can set up with my iPad, so it's very easy to use, and I have used it in the past. I used it at my old house. I just haven't been able to use it here. And it does make it so much easier, especially when you're doing long videos. You can either put your outline up, or you can just put word for word what you want to say, but it makes it a lot easier for you to get through the videos. And for somebody like me who is is an introvert and sometimes gets a little nervous and sometimes stutters, it just makes me feel calmer, and I think it's a lot better to use. So whenever I finally get this bed out of my office and into my spare room, I will be able to set that up, and I'm really looking forward to it. And there you have it, beautiful creatures. These are my pick for the top 10 things that new YouTubers need if they want to be able to do well here on YouTube. I feel like these items are really essential for you to create high quality content that reaches the most people. I would remind you that the number one thing to do to be successful on YouTube is to be consistent. Have consistency. Post as often as you can, and be creative with it. I myself am trying to do as much as I possibly can. So I always try to post videos on the weekends, and I post as many videos during the week as I possibly can. Even though I do work full time, I'm basically trying to spend all of my free time creating videos and thinking of content ideas to amuse you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more helpful tips. If you have any comments, questions, or even suggestions on gear, let me know in the comments below. I will happily answer any questions that I can, and I would love to check out new gear if you have any new and cool suggestions. Lastly, please be sure to share this video with your friends. Sharing is a good way to help build up your community, and one of the things that I really try to do is share other YouTubers' videos, comment on their videos, like their videos, and engage with them, just to help tell YouTube that, yeah, these videos are great and you should be showing them to more people. I think it's important to help each other succeed on this journey. Thank you so much for watching, beautiful creatures, and until next time, keep creating and having fun. I'll see you in my next video.